welcome back to my channel. If you haven't subscribed already, click this lovely button below to see many more random things I post on this channel. I like to be different, and I try to be different. So share some love as well, like, share and subscribe to this video as well. I've been wanting to do this for a very long time, and it's only taken me now to pluck up the courage and actually do it. So I'm going to be talking to you about my scoliosis journey and how it helped me come out better and more confident in my own skin. And I would love to help others and inspire them like other women have inspired me when I went through this experience. So I was born with scoliosis. My parents had no idea I had it. I was diagnosed with it at a late age. Around about 13 going into 14 I was diagnosed with it. I started experiencing really bad back pain in my lower and my hip area, and I found it very difficult to bend and stand up and sit down and all that. It wasn't very nice. At the time in my teens, in my teenage, I was going to college. I love to perform. I've been dancing since I can remember, singing since I can remember, and I've always wanted to perform. So I always had this dream of mine performing on a big stage and just entertaining people, and that's what I've always wanted to do. So that was the main thing that kept me going throughout my whole scoliosis journey. Going through college, and that was a very tough time, especially when I had scoliosis, knowing that I didn't have the ability to do what other girls did in dance classes. I used to feel so insecure in myself. I would just turn to the side and just see that little lump at the back of where my scoliosis used to come out of. I used to feel so insecure in myself, and it used to drag my confidence right the way down. And I think that's why I'm so passionate about it today. That's why I always try and encourage people to love your body, no matter what size, no matter how, no matter what condition you have, you still love yourself no matter what. About I was 19, so a year before my surgery, I was in and out of hospital like crazy, having appointments, telling me unfortunately I have to have surgery, otherwise there was a 50% chance that I could have been paralysed, which was a very scary moment. That was one of the scariest moments ever, being told that I had no choice, I had to have it. Even though I was over 18, my mum and dad were so supportive of me. My whole family were. My whole family throughout this whole process were absolutely amazing, and my friends as well. I still thank them to this day for being so supportive. So they only operate if the spine is like curved over a certain degree, and mine was way over apparently. So they really wanted to operate on me, otherwise I think my life would have been different today if I wouldn't have had it. Surgery was one of the most terrifying moments of my life, knowing that how's my life gonna be different after this? Is it gonna be the same? And obviously at the time when I was going through college, all I could think about was, am I gonna be able to dance again? Am I gonna be able to perform? Am I gonna be able to sing? And before my surgery, I did used to struggle singing. I do find it a lot easier now that I've had my surgery. I feel I can hit a lot higher notes now. But yeah, so the surgery day was on the 16th of November. I think it was 2016. I gotta work this out. Yeah, 2016. I think that's the date, the year of my surgery. And like I said, that was the most terrifying day of my life. Walking in there early hours of the morning. I still remember it like yesterday, walking into the hospital with my pack bag with my mum and dad by the side of me, and Oh, the surgeon I had who operated on me was the most loveliest man I've ever met. He literally, because he knew how passionate I was about performing, and he knew I wanted to try and have a career in performing in the industry. I was supposed to have all my spine fused. I was supposed to have it fused from top to bottom. But if I would have had it done top to bottom, I wouldn't have had a lot of movement I have today. So my surgeon actually left the bottom part free so I could have a bit more movement in my body, so I could dance. And I didn't even know that until he told me himself after 3 days after the surgery, when I came around. Yeah, so knowing that he did that for me, that was a massive thank you, because I couldn't imagine what I would be like if I was fused from like top to bottom. I think I'd been very stiff. So yeah, so waking up after surgery, I was so drugged up. And the amount of drugs and the amount of medication I had, I couldn't even feel anything. The only thing I felt was like my head. That's all I felt. I couldn't feel nothing at all. I think I was in there for 10 hours. I think I was in there for a very long time on my front. And yeah, that was a very long time being in surgery. But waking up after, like I said, I couldn't feel nothing at all. And I felt very dizzy and blurry. I think I was in intensive care as well, because they had to keep an eye on me 24/7, just to make sure that I was okay. And then once I came around and I was talking and drinking, they moved me onto a ward in my own room. All the medicine wore off. I was in so much pain, so much agony. I didn't even feel it until I sat up. And I think the day after I had my surgery, the doctors came in and a nurse came in as well, and she wanted to sit me up. She was like, "You want to sit up for the first time?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know if I want to." So I sat up. My God. Oh, it gives me shivers down my back even thinking about it. That was when I knew. That was when I knew things were going to be different. It just felt like a flag was just completely gone right up. That was horrible. That was horrible. And I was thinking, I just cried to the nurse, thinking, "Oh God, this is gonna be a hard, long journey. This is gonna be tough." And the nurses were absolutely brilliant and so lovely and so supportive. And I just sat up and then I sat back down, and I remember having 2 big pillows in between, like wedged in between me. And then seeing my family after was lovely. I absolutely loved seeing my family afterwards. That's kind of what encouraged me. I was worried about not being able to feel my legs. That's why as soon as I felt my legs wriggle and I felt my legs coming back after being numbed down, I was really, really happy about that. I started walking 3 days after surgery. I stood up and then I started walking. I asked the nurse if I could walk and she held my hand. All these experiences, now talking about it after like 4 years, I still can't believe how I managed to get through it. It was hard. I literally had to be looked after like a child again. I had to learn to walk. Dancing as well, that was hard. Dancing again after surgery, that took a while. But that was a very emotional day, that was. I remember my nan crying and my mum crying. It was just like walking for the first time again. Yeah, that was a lovely moment that I always treasure. I was so proud of myself. I felt so unwell. I felt so sick and just aching from head to toe. And that was a good moment, a really good moment. And then after that, I started to recover quite well. I was told I could go home. I was in there for a week. And then I went home the week after. That was hard. I literally had to have toilet railings around the seat to help me. My mum, bless her, she had to wash me because I couldn't wash, I couldn't move very well. I was very up. I literally was just like that, until I could like relax my muscles. I did have a can't even say it. Physio, that's it, physiotherapist. I had one of those. He was great. All the doctors were great. I did actually struggle to eat when I was in hospital because throughout my surgery I did lose so much weight. Even though I'm skinny, even though I'm a skinny person as it is, I did lose a bit more weight than I shouldn't have. And I remember my mum and dad just feeding me so many roast dinners, trying to get me to eat as much as I can. At the time I didn't want to eat because I just didn't feel well at all in myself, and I was trying so hard to love myself and to feel confident in this new body of mine that I gotta get used to and live with. So I got these rods. So I had 14 screws and 2 metal rods screwed to my spine, just below, just in between my shoulder blades and all the way down, up above my hips. I still can't believe that's the inside my body. I still can't believe that. But yeah, now I don't feel it as much. I don't feel them as much as I do now. Yeah, I don't feel them at all now. Only when I'm cold. Cold weather is my worst enemy. When I'm freezing, I can just feel little things. I'm trying to summarize my story because I don't want this video to be so long, like telling me about my whole life story. But I'm just summarizing. But after I had my surgery and I recovered, I took a year out of university, and then I went back. Going back to uni for the first time after surgery was daunting. I didn't know how I was going to cope. I didn't know if I went back too early, because I knew the doctors and the surgeons were like, it's going to take a very long time for you to get back to your full potential and to recover. So in the back of my mind, I was like, have I come back too early? Am I just rushing things? Am I just rushing myself to get better quickly? And it kind of made me stronger, because going back in that room with my friends, and just, it was challenging, and I managed to overcome that, and I've managed to finish uni and come out with a degree, which I'm really proud of. There were some other tough challenges as well that I had to tackle, but with my scoliosis journey, I am really proud that I stayed focused. And the best advice I can give to anyone who is going through this is just love yourself. Just be confident in your own body and just know that you're going to be okay. It's like with me, the only thing I thought of at the time was performing, and I'm so passionate about it, and I think that's what drove me. Like, I will do this, I will come back to that, you know, I am going to walk again, I will do this. And is a good attitude, always a good attitude. Always know there's going to be light at the end of the tunnel. That's what I always keep thinking. And again, friends and family. If it wasn't for my friends and family, I think I would have been in a bit of a more darker place than I was. But like I said back in the start of the video, is that I'm very passionate about loving your own body. And now with my scar on my back, I used to feel insecure about that. I used to. And I look at it now and I think, that's a part of me. That's my, that's my biggest achievement, is overcoming that and be able to do splits again, doing dancing, doing shows. And the first time I went on stage after having my operation was the best feeling. And I actually spoke about my scoliosis story in my dissertation at uni. And when we got told we could pick a subject that we're passionate about, I thought that was a perfect opportunity. I like to inspire other people and show that you can do things, anything is possible. I hope this video has been useful. And I know I have got friends who do have the same condition as me. They still talk to me about it, and I find that so, you know, heartwarming to me. And I just love that people can talk to me about these things, and that's why I would like to inspire people to be themselves and love themselves. And there's nothing wrong with loving yourself, as long as you find that fine balance between, you know, confidence and arrogance. And that's what I was always brought up with. I'm so proud. I am really proud of myself, of what I've achieved. And it does feel great to say that, because I used to be one of these people who used to feel so insecure and not have the confidence to say that. So this is the first time I've said that I'm proud of myself on camera in front of people. Oh, I'm not the sort of person to brag about things. I never have been. But yeah, it's just really important to love yourself and to know what you're worth. And my partner has been absolutely amazing with this as well. And it's so nice that I can just walk around with my scar, you know, just being confident about it. And I think it's nice and good that you should talk about these things. So like I said, subscribe to my channel, like and heart, comment, and share some love as well. So thank you so much for listening. I hope this was useful. Yeah, take care.